Hi there, and today we are going to learn about how to use the layer feature in Canva. So here I am in my Canva account. So for example, I will create a blank presentation. And just click presentation right here. And then we can use the layer feature in a bunch of different ways. So for example, I will add an element right here, like this image, for example. And then I can add like another background. So for example, let's search some backgrounds, like a minimal background, for example, like this. So I'll only use this page, and then we can already use this to use our layer feature. And as you can see, the image that we have inserted earlier is now gone. So this because it is layered at the very back of our presentation. So if we want to use the layer feature, we can just right click on anywhere on our Canva editor, and then we need to open the layer feature. So if it isn't showing right here, we can select this text, for example, and then you can see this layer feature right here when you right click, and then we can click on show layers. Or you can also press the Alt key and then the number 1 key on your keyboard. And then we have our layers right here. So the image that we have inserted earlier is now gone since it was overwritten by this presentation template. So for example, if I'll add it again, so it will be right here. Again, let's open the layer feature. And then here is our layer feature. And then from here, we can go ahead and rearrange the different elements of our presentation right here so that we can edit the look of our slide. So for example, if I put this boy image right here at the very top, so it will be layered at the very front of the presentation. As you can see, the image of this boy is in front of all of the text and all of the other design right here. But if we put the text right here, so as you can see, this design is now at the front of our image. And then you can go ahead and play around with the different layers of your elements right here in Canva so that you can create a more pleasing or aesthetic design. So for example, we have this text right here that says presentation. So you can change this to a different text. For example, I'll say awesome. And then we can change the color. For example, let's choose yellow. Or maybe we can choose a red color right here. And then we can change the font size. So let's say 200. Then we can make this bigger. Then we can arrange its position on our presentation so that it will look like this. And there is also a element right here, which is this kind of like smoke element. So we can adjust it right here. And then we can also open the layer feature again. And then we can go ahead and change the layers right here. So if we want this text at the front of the smoke element, and then right here, if you want the text to be at the very front, again, you just want to rearrange the layers right here so that the text is in the front of the boy image right here. but I want it to be behind so that it will create this dynamic design. And then, for example, right here, I'll just put like a test text right here. And then I'll change the size. Then I'll change the color. Maybe I can choose a gradient color right here. Then I can play around with the different elements in my presentation. So that is basically it. You just need to play around with the different layers right here in your layer feature. You can also choose if you want to see all of the layers or you just want to see the overlapping layers right here. So it depends on your preference. And then you can also click on arrange right here to basically do the same thing. So if you want to move an element to the forward or backward or to the very back or to the very front right here, you can use that as well. But I prefer just using the layers feature right here so that you can have a visual presentation or like a visual image right here and how you will arrange all of the layers of your slide right here. And then that is it. That is how we can use the layers feature here in Canva. I hope you learn how to do it, and thank you for watching.